Welcome to the GCNTech show.
Coming up this week, we have got a jam-packed show. We've got a competition where you can win a new set of wheels, a gravel car and gravel bike collaboration, a new bike from Look, Zwift updates, and a hidden bell. Where is the hidden bell?
I've hidden it.
Oh.
Anyway, our main talking point this week is, will you be breaking the law in 2023? Because there's some new pesky UCI rules.
First up, let's take a look at last week's poll.
So, last week we asked you, would you take your road bike off-road if just by putting bigger tyres in it and stuff?
Yeah, I voted yes.
Yeah, I voted no, and so did most of the audience. But it's fairly even split, but 58% are in agreement with me. They don't want to scratch their road bike off-road.
Yeah, I can kind of get that.
So, this week's main talking point.
Yeah.
Which is changes to the UCI's technical regulations regarding equipment. Now, basically, what the UCI is banning in 2023.
Well, before we get onto some of the stuff that they're banning and the rules that they're changing, let's just confirm that some of the frustrating and pesky rules that are still in place. So, minimum bike weight still exists.
6.8.
What a stupid rule that is. Minimum or maximum sock height still exists. There's not a minimum on that. That would be ridiculous. That still exists.
But there's nothing to stop you technically wearing
really long shorts.
Leggings.
You could wear maximum height socks and really long shorts.
You could put aero knee warmers on and aero socks.
That's possible. Maybe that could be the future.
You could do that, yeah.
And there's also other obscure rules in there which I find frustrating, such as riders can be fined for not wearing the correct team issue clothing on podium presentations.
Yeah. Well, what they have changed is basically rules around extreme riding positions and also time trial riding positions. So now there is a rule saying that there is a minimum bar width.
Yeah.
Because there was this trend going towards like narrower, crazy little bars, and people with little they look like Donkey Kong in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But an example of that is, there's riders such as Taco Van der Horn and the Tour. Dan Bigham he's been an advocate of narrow bars.
Yeah.
And there's been spats on Twitter with him and Adam Blythe.
Oh, they're not happy about bar width, are they?
No.
We've discussed it as well.
Yeah. But take a look at these bars. So these bars actually belong to a guy called Fred Meredith. You may remember he had got the junior hour record earlier in the year. So phenomenal ride that. But he loves aero.
He does love aero.
His bars are ridiculously narrow. But this is quite a good example because these are actually still UCI legal. Because the new rule says that they have to be a minimum width of 35 centimetres.
Or 350 mil.
And these bars that Fred is using, although they're very extreme on the hoods, are still 35 centimetres on the drops because they flare out. So...
Still legal. The measurement is taken, as you say, from the drops is taken on the two most outer parts. But as you say, it doesn't matter on the hoods, and we're starting to see flared handlebars kind of becoming quite popular, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I still think those bars look utterly ridiculous.
I'm completely with you on that. But you can't deny the fact that a narrow handlebar does put you in a more aerodynamic position. Now, a lot of the regulations that we're going to go through are clearly only going to apply to riders if you plan on competing in a UCI regulated and sanctioned event.
Yeah, if you just want to go and ride most events or just not even ride any events, then the UCI has no jurisdiction here. You can use whatever you like. You can use tiny little 10 centimetre handlebars.
Yeah, you can laugh in the face of their regulations. Other aspects...
You just go ride your bike with 10 centimetre bars outside the UCI's headquarters
up
in
and
Igel.
down.
Just go ride around the car park.
But if your bars are that now, be careful because there's a high chance of crashing. Other rules that are to do with handlebars was lots actually. Yeah. In terms of a drop bar road bike, you can now have an increased reach of up to 100 millimeters in front of the front axle, whereas previously it was just 50 mil. So that's going to make more extreme positions available.
Yeah.
There's also big changes to aero time trial bar setups.
This is actually really good that they've done this, because it's been a long time coming though. They should have done it before, because for a long time it's been well established that anyone trying to set up their bike to be UCI legal, their time trial bike, it penalised taller riders. Taller riders' positions were compromised.
It was ridiculous. Someone the height of Connor was having to abide by exactly the same regulations as
Domenico Pozzovivo.
Yeah, Nairo Quintana was going to be my example, which seems ridiculous because their limbs and bodies are completely different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
So now the UCI has first broken it down into 3 different height categories. So category 1 is for riders up to 179.9 centimetres tall. That means that you fall into a certain category. So then you've got the second category, height of 180 to 198.9.
That's our category.
Yeah, 199.9, sorry. And then the tallest category, 190 plus, which is Connor Dunn, Filippo Ganna territory. Now, depending on which category you fall into, it's going to dictate how much reach and height difference you can have between the extensions and the elbow pads. So this is some of the clear differences. In terms of the reach, you've got 800, 830 and 850 as the categories.
So we get an extra 30 mil now.
Yeah. Filippo Ganna's getting an extra 5 centimetres.
Yeah, and
Big change.
And the height of the top of the extension to the elbow pad, so like this measurement, that used to be the famous 10 centimetre rule. So it's 10 centimetres for everyone. Whereas now we get an extra 20 mil if in our middle height bracket, and then Ganna gets an extra 40 mil, so his hands can be even higher.
It's quite aggressive, isn't it?
It's good. Well, it gets a bit more praying mantis.
Yeah.
But it's good because what you saw, and you even saw him doing this on the hour record, is he was holding on to the top of his tri-bar extension with his little fingers to like get his hands higher, which isn't safer.
No.
The question is though, is even now he's got his hand up at 140.
Yeah, and I've still
will he still be doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's also changes to regulations in terms of helmets, because time trials, we see some pretty wacky helmets out there, don't we? So there's now minimum and maximum dimensions of a box that it's got to fit into. So the regulations now state their helmet must be no longer than 450 millimetres in length, no wider than 300 millimetres.
Like that?
Yeah, about that. And then no higher than 210 millimetres from top to bottom.
Is the POC temper still legal?
I think it does just about still fit into that category. But hopefully it'll mean we don't have to look at any really weird, just disgusting looking time trial helmets.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see that. I think it's ruining everything.
There's also been updates to bottle cage rules as well.
Yeah, so if manufacturers want to use their super fancy aero integrated bottle cages and bottles on the bike.
I think an example of that's probably the BMC.
Yeah, there's a few brands doing it now, actually.
The BMC T machine.
Yeah, so if that wants to be UCI approved and legal to use, it has to be submitted to the UCI when the frame is going through the approval process. Now, already in place, there were some minimum and maximum dimensions for a water bottle. Now, I know you're a big advocate of just your standard traditional water bottle, aren't you?
There's just so many bottom bracket standards and wacky stuff out there. I love that we have a sort of round water bottle standard that everyone uses the same one.
A cylinder, keep it easy. So take a look at this, right? This is a diagram of how the UCI calculates measurements for what is legal and illegal in their eyes. And that's been around for a little while now. But some of the changes that they have made, should I read this out?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because I'm sure we're all burning to know. The bottle cage is an add-on accessory to the frame and it can be integrated to the frame design. It may only be located on the down tube or the seat tube on the inside of the frame, and the bottle must fit entirely within a rectangular box of 330 millimetres width. The 330 millimetre width of the box is measured perpendicular to the axis of the fluid exiting direction along the length of the bottle.
Okay, we get the idea. You can stop there. Basically, what they're trying to do is to stop people just circumventing the rules and creating a bottle that is a fairing that just happens to be the size and shape of the entire inner diamond of the bike frame.
Basically, we should make a video about how to circumvent all the different UCI
How
rules.
to reach around the UCI rules. Yeah, I think this would be good.
Maybe a different title?
So, right, we've already thought of one, which is just wear a skin suit that's like
really long shorts.
That's got leggings.
Yeah,
like
easy.
Or aero leg warmers. Then they can't get you with the sock length rule.
I wonder if the helmet measurements include with a visor on, because you just use a massive visor that's like twice as wide as your head.
Well, we want you guys, if you guys have thought of any other ways that you could sort of bend the rules or circumvent them, let us know in the comments, because I think we'll get some funny comments.
Or even if, let us know your worst or most favourite UCI rules. Actually, for anyone that is looking for some nighttime reading, send them off to sleep. The UCI technical regulations, I'll put a link in the description down below. Best thing is, any changes that they've made, they're all highlighted in red text, so you can pick out all the new stuff.
I actually do need to read it because...
Do you?
Yeah, I'm planning on doing the UCI TT probably this year.
Oh, are you? Wow.
Next year, yeah. So I'll need to have my bike properly UCI set up.
Dr. Bridgewood coming to a UCI sanctioned event.
There's more and more of these events, you know. There's more and more happening. So.
I think you should do the British time trial champs. I think you should do it.
Oh,
I just think you stand a good chance.
Oh, well, let's look into it.
Look into it.
Yeah, let's look into it.
I'll take that as a no then.
No, I'm potentially up for it. Could be
so,
good.
should we have a poll? Do we think the UCI should relax some of its rules and allow for more technical innovation, or should they stay firm to their hard line on this stuff?
And let us know any reach arounds that you can think of.
Yes.
For the
Please
UCI
do that.
rules.
Yeah, head over to the GCN app, vote on the poll. We'll discuss the results next week. Boom, done. It's now time for Hot and Spicy Tech, and we've actually got a cool sponsor for this week's show. So bells on bikes are kind of underrated, but I think they're super helpful, especially in urban, built-up environments, or maybe on bike paths.
Yeah, definitely. That's not all. Emma Pooley used to use a bell all the time on her bike. Reason being was that when she was climbing, especially in Gran Fondos, she used to ring the bell to alert other riders that she was about to overtake them and they needed to get out of the way.
That's incredible. I need the complete opposite of that. I need a boop, boop. This vehicle is reversing.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
We can get you one of those.
Yeah, all right, thanks.
Well, the reason why a lot of roadies don't use bells is because we're quite a vain bunch.
Yeah,
really,
we
when it
are.
comes to bikes. Not all of us, but I would count myself in that. Bells often, they add weight to your super lightweight bike, and they often just look a bit cluttered and untidy on your handlebars, especially if you've got like a nice integrated bar and stem.
Don't get me started on the aero penalty.
Well, for that reason, a company called Close the Gap has come up with this. It's called Hide My Bell, and pretty cool. It was born out of a successful Kickstarter project.
But it looks like a normal bell.
That's why. It's not. This isn't a normal bell. So I've got it mounted on some handlebars here, which they've provided. So you've got an out front mount with the bell integrated into it.
Like neatly tucked away out of the way.
Nice and aero out the way in front of your, where your computer goes.
So does this stop your speedy race weapon looking like a town shopping bike, does it?
Well, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I quite like the idea.
It's nice, isn't it? So it combines your out front computer mount with the bell neatly underneath it, and it's nice and high quality like materials. It's carbon fibre, so very light. It's like 47 grams, they say, for this one. And you can have different mounting options depending on the type of bike you got. So you got like a round bar one here, but then out front ones for integrated bars with like stem plate ones, all sorts of different things.
Saying how light they are actually. So Jumbo Visma are using these on their bikes, and which I think is kind of cool. We don't see many pro teams having bells on their bikes.
Well, you'd imagine they use it for training.
Yeah, well, there you go. But there's also a neat feature underneath because you've got mounts for GoPros or lights that you can have on here as well.
Super
cool.
helpful,
Just
a neat little solution, and it gets the bell out the way. But bells are useful, aren't they?
Right, I'm going to ring my bell, and then you have a go. You have a go? You can let us know in the comments section down below who rung the bell best. If you want to get one, I think, what is it? Closethegap.cc?
Yeah, check them out.
Nice. Right, good news next, because, bear with, we've got a competition running. So this is where you can be in with a chance of winning your very own set of wheels. So last week I made a video showing 2 sets of wheels and 1 bike to answer the question, can 2 wheels and 1 bike do the same job as having 2 bikes? And if you haven't seen the video, please do head over and check it out to see if you agree with me or not. But we've got a competition. So there's going to be a link in the description down below to take it to where you need to go. And all you're going to have to do is agree to terms and conditions and answer a fairly simple question. Now, if you don't know the question, well, just head and watch the video. That way, you're going to find the exact right answer.
I see what you did there. Trying to get the views up.
I am trying to get the views up, yeah. So you've got a choice of the wheels that you can choose to try and win. You've got the ATRX or the G Series Expert models. Entries close 10 AM GMT on Sunday the 18th, and you and I, We'll announce the winners on the tech show on the 22nd of December.
That's good, isn't it? Win some wheels.
Yeah. Right, next up in Hot Tech. Earlier on the show, I spoke about gravel cars and a gravel bike collaboration. Take a look at this funky thing and we'll tell you some more about it. So this is a new performance gravel bike designed to be equally capable on-road and off-road. It's the Exploro Race Max and is designed, it's a collaboration between 3T and Lamborghini.
Yeah, I think the paint job is because they both share the same kind of paint job livery you see in the images.
Very cool.
But they're trying to celebrate the sort of made in Italy thing. So you may have seen before when we visited 3T's factory, they have these robots that knit the frames now, so that they can be using technology. They can make it more cost effective to make in Italy rather than in Asia. So they are making these frames there, which is really cool. But I mean, it looks like a proper cool bike.
Yeah.
What's interesting though is the idea of like gravel cars.
Yeah.
So this Lamborghini, it's a Huracan, but then it's been modified to make it better off-road. So it's got higher ride height on it, which allows them to increase the tyre clearance a bit. And then it has smaller alloy wheels, so that then you can put bigger volume tyres on.
Yeah.
And it's got a few other modifications as well with the suspension and things.
It's basically you taking your Pinarello F off-road with 650B wheels.
Yeah, it is basically that.
Right, next up in Hot Tech, we've got a new bike from Look. So this is the 765 Optimum, and Look say it's been redesigned from the ground up, just like most new bikes that are released. But they say it's been designed to maximise comfort and efficiency on rough roads for all-day riding. Now, I've said this a million times before. Do you want me to hit you with the stats?
Yes, love the stats.
So,
quick fire stats.
20% more compliant. Ollie's got a meeting in a minute.
With the Stana.
Yeah. So 20% more compliant, T47 bottom bracket, clearance for 34mm tyres. It's got mud guards available in 2023, integrated hoses, but you can swap the handlebars without opening the hydraulic system. That's quite a good point. Frame and fork in a small size, comes with 1,400 grams, 2,150 euros for a frame set, or $2,400. And bike prices start from 3,790 euros or $4,300. There you go. That was quick, fast stats from me. Next up in Hot Tech, we've got some Zwift news. Now, finally, it's the time of year when we get into Zwift Academy. Oh, I love this stuff.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so coming up on the channel in the coming weeks, we're going to have all of the Zwift Academy details from this year. Now, we've got loads of top secret stuff that we've been discussing at GCN Mega Base. A lot of that we'd love to share with you, but we just can't yet, can we?
Yeah, I think the big news is that for me, is that Luca Vergolito, aka Il Bandito, who we put against Andrew Feather in a race on the Shimano. There's a video, you can check it out. He's in it.
He's made it in.
He's in
Fantastic.
Zwift Academy.
Now we're going to have all the action from the 2022 Zwift Academy on GCN from the 13th to the 17th of December. And then also in Zwift news, it's the Pro Tour training season on Zwift, where you can do the structured workouts with some of the World Tour teams. I think this week was Jumbo-Visma. Next week, I think we've got Movistar. Tech show goes out on Thursday, so you might have missed a lot of this week.
It was Ineos last week.
Oh, yeah, really cool. Right, more Hot Tech next week. So now time for comments of the week. You can do a jingle, or shall I?
You do it.
Comments of the week.
Well, we asked for drum and bass, and then they put on some it wasn't drum and bass. Whoever edited the show.
Isaac, that was you.
Yeah.
I know that was
Someone
you.
really not. Oh, it's like the squarest thing. It made us look stupid.
We looked like complete morons.
Unbelievable. Anyway,
right, underneath last week's
we're cool.
tech
We
show.
listen to drum and bass all the time.
Non-stop, that's all I ever listened to. That and Classic FM.
Yeah.
So under last week's tech show, comment from Neil GJ. They said, I enjoy this duo possibly as much as Sai and Mr. Cervello test team. Kind of fist bump to that. Good job.
Master Batter.
Yeah.
Master Batter
Okay.
says in the next
This
video
comment made me laugh.
how to buy a cheap used bike.
Yeah.
Step 1, pray the seller never watched the video about getting the most money for selling a used bike.
Yeah, you don't want that, do we? We don't want to be driving prices through the roof for everybody. So underneath my gravel and road wheel sets on a gravel bike video, Rob says, nicely presented, Alex. Oh, cheers, Rob. Thanks very much. But later on, he went on to say, no one wants to see it over and over just how much of a beast you are, unless you're dropping Ollie. Now, later on, to his own comment thread, he said, yeah, I've just got to accept that Ollie getting dropped isn't really a thing anymore. Because, well, I mean, the other week, you're dropping Tour de France champions on Zwift.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying his hardest, but...
Geraint Thomas is probably not in his peak physical form right now.
Still counts.
Still counts.
Still counts.
And then underneath last week's clinic, what have we got?
So this is when I was talking about heart rate zones and how to calculate your zone 2.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't see this until I watched it back, but Rob Stanley wrote, I love it when Alex switches off and looks completely lost.
Yeah, so I started zoning out again then.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, you do like to go on about the details right, don't you? Well, I can't fault it. It's great stuff.
Right, bike vault.
Bike vault.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
For those of us who aren't familiar with bike vault, you submit your pictures of your bike in the GCN app, and then if it's really good, it's a super nice, and we ring the bell. If it's not really good, if it's just okay, then all bikes are nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've made a hash out, but we ring the bell if it's super nice. We're not going to ring that bell because we've got bells down here.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
You can ring the hide my bell. We'll both do it.
Okay. Right, most super nice bike from last week is from Mumbleville.
Wow.
It's a Zip from 2001 Resto mod with SRAM Red E-Tap. I mean...
That's amazing.
I'm super nice in that. Are you?
Well, the UCI aren't.
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, that is super nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to have a go on one of those. That'd be wicked, wouldn't it?
I tell you what, if anyone's got one of these bikes and wants to let Ollie have a go on it,
well,
please get in touch.
Mumbleville does.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a video on it. Next up, we've got Luca Gioria, who has a BMC SLR 01.
With those integrated bottle cages.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like this bike.
The kind we were talking about.
Biggie Smalls, valves not aligned, but they're opposites, so I could maybe let that slide.
Yeah, I'm going to let that slide.
Tiny bit of chimney. I really like the
I think that's a super nice.
Yeah? Boom.
I feel like Hector Salamanca in Breaking Bad.
There's people in Gran Fondos round the world now looking over their shoulders thinking Emma Pooley's about to overtake them. Next one is...
Boutius,
this is amazing username.
Boutius Maximus.
It's a Factor Ostro VAM 2022.
Ooh, fancy pants.
Super nice from me.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, it's pretty good, that, isn't it? Pretty good, that one.
Another great username from Chewbacca. It's a Trek Checkpoint.
What, the Chewbacca?
I think it must be. I like this. Super functional bike.
What planet's that?
I'm not sure.
Carpet World?
Carpet.
What is...
I love that we both laughed at that.
That is an
joke.
awful carpet. Sorry.
Functional bike though, gravel bike, mud guards, I like it. Few accessories on there, which I want to like it, but it's just not quite doing it for me. It's not in...
Weird angle.
Yeah, it's
Weird
just
angle.
It's just a nice
Yeah, nice.
Next in is...
Marke. With a Orbea Orca Aero.
Oh, this is the previous generation model.
Oh, nice.
2018. Blue.
It would look... The fork, the handlebars are at a slightly jaunty angle. They've gone a bit off. But...
I'm going to throw out there, I think it's a nice... I do like the bike, but it's just a little bit more time to prepare for it.
Yeah, I don't think that tree's great. A shadow stand would be better, or even a stick. That's just a bit... That's too big a stick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, nice. Next one, Heb 1001 with a DIY winter bike.
Wow.
What is that thing? Oh my goodness. That is tragic.
It's a good radiator. Isn't it?
There's a very long radiator. I think the bell is safely going to stay on the desk for now.
Yeah.
I'm almost lost for words.
I don't understand the saddle angle is...
What's going on with the handlebars? Surely this isn't real. Surely it's someone just trolling us.
Yeah.
It's a nice for it, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
It's a nice and...
Oh, is that it?
By the looks of it, turn your radiator thermostat valve down. You've got it on the highest setting. It's a cost of living crisis. You need to turn your heating down. Right, tech show. It's drawn to a close.
Yeah.
It's been incredible. It's been a good show. It's a shame to end on that bike, really. Okay, right. Let us know your thoughts on UCI.
Aero seat post. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts on UCI rules in the comment section down below.
And how we can like bend them and circumvent them.
Yes, circumvent.
Any ideas?
Oh, we should definitely make a video about that. Right, we're out of here. I'm gonna go ring this all the time. God, it's very loud. See ya.